بكم مجددا وننتقل إلى كاليفورنيا وحوار مع الدكتور رمزي سالتي. ولد سالتي العام 1966 في لبنان، حيث تتعدد اللغات وتتفاعل فيما بينها. خلال سنوات عمله الأكاديمي في الجامعة نال سالتي العديد من الجوائز في مجال التدريس، إضافة إلى العديد من الإصدارات تناول من خلالها مواضيع محرمة في العالم العربي، وأيضا تجربة المواطنين من أصل عربي في الغرب، في وقت كان فيه وسائل الإعلام تروج لصورة نمطية عنهم. حالياً يكتب رمزي مدونة على الإنترنت بعنوان Arabology، ويقدم برنامجاً يحمل الاسم نفسه في إذاعة جامعة ستانفورد.
This is your DJ Ramzi, and this is the premiere of my own radio show here called Arabology.
If you had asked me, in the mid-90s, where do you envision yourself to be, I would have never said, I'd be working and teaching at Stanford University. So that came to me by surprise. If after 10 years of teaching at Stanford you had asked me what my future would look like to me, I would have never predicted that I would have a radio show and would be enjoying it so much. I've tried to be a vehicle to try to answer the questions that I often hear about the Arab world, but instead of doing it solely through politics and a political discourse, I try to do so through different cultural productions that come from the Arab world, including, of course, music, because I've got this firm belief that music is a universal language, and that when people understand the kind of music that's coming out of the Arab world, they'll have a greater appreciation for the culture and the amazing currents that are going on over there.
شهد يوم 19 من يناير كانون الثاني من العام 2012 بث أول حلقة من البرنامج الإذاعي أرابولوجي في بث مباشر من KZSU ستانفورد في كاليفورنيا، وقدمه المحاضر في اللغة العربية في جامعة ستانفورد دكتور رمزي سالتي.
أهلا وسهلا بكم في Arabology.
I intended the show to target primarily students of Arabic, perhaps some listeners in the Bay Area interested in the language, but I think the listenership has grown. We've got now listeners of all ages, of all backgrounds, and through that, get to discover amazing music that's coming in from the Arab world, particularly with the advent of the Arab Spring. The music is always in Arabic. The commentary is in English. And then the interviews tend to be in English, of course. But having said that, I don't shy away from using Arabic material and authentic material in Arabic. And the marriage of both tends to appeal to Arab audiences in the Arab world and in the West, as well as Western listeners or Americans. So I'm very happy to bring in Arabic material in the authentic language, as long as we've got, some kind of commentary with it.
هاي كيفك؟ سافا؟ مصطلح لبناني يجمع بين الإنجليزية والعربية والفرنسية، اعتاد عليه رمزي سالتي في نشأته منذ العام 1966 في بيروت، ونقله معه إلى ستانفورد في كاليفورنيا. منذ ذلك الحين يعمل الدكتور رمزي سالتي كمحاضر متفرغ للغة العربية في جامعة ستانفورد.
I was very lucky because around that time Stanford was looking to recruit a lecturer in Arabic. So I think I was there at the right time and came up for an interview, and sure enough I got the job, and I've been here ever since. And when I first started here, there was very minimal interest in the Arabic language, and then the tragic events of 9/11 happened, and those sort of led to an interest in Arabic. It was a tragedy that led to a curiosity, and it was up to Arabic instructors around the nation, I think, to kind of, teach the language while trying to teach the culture as well. And so I saw such a huge interest in the Arabic language around that time that lasted for a good, 5-10 years after that. And then it started waning. With the advent of the Arab Spring, we've had this renewed interest. Now, looking at the state of the Arab Spring today, people are maybe starting again to have less of an interest in the language in terms of the number of students taking the Arabic at Stanford, for example.
الدروس اللغة العربية لأني أحب الأدب والثقافة العربية.
أدرس اللغة العربية
لأنها مفيدة
لأنها جميلة.
أدرس اللغة العربية لأني أحب فيروز وهيفاء.
We have grown so much over the past couple of decades. I mean, we've gone from language classes only in Arabic to courses that tackle Arabic culture. We've also incorporated courses in colloquial Arabic so that people aren't just using the Fusha, the classical Arabic, to communicate, but we also are offering courses in Moroccan Arabic, Darija. But then we understood at Stanford that that's not enough. We really need to give the students the tools to be able to speak in the colloquial language of the country. So offering a course in Lebanese Ammiya turned out to be very popular, and we had a lot of students. So this year we're offering a course in Moroccan, Ammiya, Darija. We also have courses on media Arabic.
هو في الحقيقة ابن عم والد.
خلال سنوات عمله الأكاديمي في جامعة ستانفورد حصل رمزي العديد من الجوائز المرموقة مثل جائزة التدريس المتميز عام 2005 وأستاذ العام في العام 2009 وغيرها.
It was so validating to me to know that the work that I've been doing was appreciated, not only by the students, but also by the Stanford community at large. And I think one of the happiest moments in my life was when I went to the award ceremony and I shook the dean's hand at the time, Dean Sharon Long, and received my certificate and my prize. It really validated that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Another award that I should mention is the ASSU award. This was given by the students. Students nominated me, and it came as a surprise, and again, I was surrounded by very appreciative students and people who are choosing to learn Arabic, not just for utilitarian reasons, but for wanting to learn about the culture itself. People who truly wanted to understand.
نشر رمزي منذ منتصف التسعينات إضافة إلى كتاباته الأكاديمية مجموعة قصصية تضم 6 قصص قصيرة عنوانها The Native Informant and Other Stories. تناول فيها الكثير من المحظورات في العالم العربي وتجربة مواطن من أصل عربي في الغرب في وقت بدت فيه وسائل الإعلام وكأنها تروج لصورة نمطية سلبية. كتب رمزي في مجال الفنون الترفيهية لعدد من المجلات الدورية ونشر عشرات المقالات عن الموسيقى وصناعة الأفلام. هذه الإصدارات إلى جانب خبرته الأكاديمية قدمت لرمزي حرية كتابة مدونته الخاصة Arabology.
Began as attempting to show the West a different aspect of the Arab world, but also to translate and explain and interpret many cultural productions that come from the Arab world and that don't get much access or airplay here in the US. And that's how the Arabology blog was born. The audience that I amassed ended up being, in the beginning, mostly Stanford students. So they would maybe go to the blog to read in Arabic, to practice, what we did in class. But I think that at that point, they started getting interested in the music and it went beyond the classroom. And as the Arabology blog grew, I found that I'm getting, readers from all over the globe. The interaction of students ended up coming through the radio show more than the blog, because I noticed that students enjoyed coming and recording in Arabic some of what they've learned. The success of the segments that contain Arabic students, meaning students of Arabic at Stanford, is slowly convincing me that we need to do maybe a separate show in which we would have more emphasis on interviews, on interactions with students who come in, and maybe leave the music part for another show. I never imagined that the blog would turn out to be, a platform for, media and for audio and for all the podcasts that I host through the blog, but it just seemed to me to fit very naturally. The Arabology blog seemed to me to be the perfect place to investigate further some of the topics that I bring up during the radio show. So people could listen to the show and then for further information, so to go to the blog and find that there is a place where they can further discuss what they heard. I actually find it very empowering to play a song in Arabic hip-hop and then talk about it with the students, because the lyrics of that song in Arabic will help them in increasing their proficiency in the language, and at the same time the political message being sent can be transmitted to the West in a way that encourages discourse on some of these issues. The second term of the Idafa must be definite. Check. I'm blessed to have amazing students and great classes, and you know, the bonus on top of that is the radio show. So having a life where I can combine both my academic training and my more artistic endeavors into one life is more than enough for me, and I'm happy just doing this for the rest of my life.
Thank you for joining me on Arabology today. I'll see you next week. Shukran and ma salama.
في النهاية أذكركم بصفحتنا المجلة شو على الفيسبوك لتعليقاتكم المجلة@الحرة.com، وأنا بلاقيكم الأسبوع المقبل بنفس الموعد.